Mine is video game related, which I think a few of ours are.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know your guys' favorite game mechanics in video games, like something that was very innovative or creative or artistic, or something that really caught your eye. You just really liked a lot. Your favorites. So,
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
take a bit to think about it. It's a pretty broad topic, I guess, but I can start since you guys haven't heard that topic yet. But
Yeah, you go ahead, because I need to think of one.
the one that really brought this topic up to me, this game, I don't know if you played any of the Nier games. Nier Automata came out.
I actually think
A
I
little
have
bit
it on
back.
Steam, but I've never played it.
I recommend it totally. It's really, really good. But just the way they manipulate level design in that game, it's crazy. It's really, really cool. The perspectives that you see are just really unique. Like you'll be a normal like free or open world JRPG kind of like hack and slash. We'll move to a platformer. Like the camera perspective will just shift to like a platformer where you're moving up like this big tower or something, and it'll just go from down from above, and it'll be like a bullet hell game, like old arcade like style. Like it's really, really cool. I was kind of blown away by what they did with perspectives and everything in that game. But
I thought of a great mechanic. It was flying through hoops in Superman 64.
so no,
So Logan, what were your thoughts?
So I got two that
Sure.
come right off the bat to me. First being the junction system in Final Fantasy VIII.
Mm-hmm.
it is good.
It's very cool. Obviously, I've not beaten the game yet, so I don't understand the mechanics fully. And I will eventually once we get this day where we play it.
Weekend.
But
We're going to do a
this
weekend.
weekend.
Oh, is it this weekend?
Not
No,
this
well,
weekend.
it's in
gonna be
October.
a
Weekend.
weekend.
Oh,
Day
okay.
weekend.
You guys should do it while I'm in Ohio, so that way.
You don't have to hear about it, or what?
Well, no,
Do it while I'm not here, so I don't have to do it.
well, I was saying that way Logan can set the stream up and you guys can do it all while I'm not here.
I think it's the 17th that weekend.
Friday,
Something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far the junction system I really like it.
You can't
It's
do it
really
the
cool.
16th.
But then
Plans.
the other one is Earthbound / Dragon Quest. Earthbound's the one I know it from. So it's an RPG, turn-based RPG, but what's different about it is it's got like a scrolling health bar. So instead of like a traditional RPG where, say, you have 100 healths and you take 40 damage, you take that 40 damage immediately. With like Dragon Quest and Earthbound, it scrolls over a period of time, so you can actually prevent yourself from losing that full amount of health. So say something does 100 damage and you have 100 health and it's not going to knock you out. If you act fast enough and get through the menus, you can actually heal yourself before you faint, which is really cool. So I really like that mechanic. It adds a bit more strategy to the RPG format. So
I really hate that I'm on camera and I'm just trying not to laugh. Not at what anything you're saying, but yeah.
those are two that come to my mind.
Sure.
Okay. Probably the one that pushes foremost in my mind, Legend of Dragoon. Okay, I'm a big fan of the old RPG styles. This one actually took that and added a nice little twist. So not only do you have to select what actions you're going to take, but if you take the attack action, you have to actually time your button presses as they're attacking to chain together combos to deal extra damage. So it's kind of combining combos with RPGs. And you also have to worry about like counterattacks and stuff like that as you're going. So changing which buttons you press. So mostly it's just hitting the X button because it was a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
And then counters were the circles. But I thought it was an interesting system that kept you engaged even during those just pick your actions and then go. You still had to think through it. And then also they kept the defense mechanism very interesting that as well. In a lot of games, if you defend, that's pretty much all there is to it, and you just take reduced damage. That one, it heals you 10% of your HP if you defend. So not only do you take reduced damage, but it also heals you up a bit, which adds some actual value to that defense mechanism.
Yeah.
So you're running low on the, I don't even remember what it's called anymore, the healing item in there. It had a special name for it, but if you run out of them, you can still survive. Like, there are a couple of hard battles that the only way I survived was limping along using that defense system.
Mm-hmm.
So it was also a very interesting aspect to it. If only the graphics matched the creativity of the mechanics.
Yeah.
I just had a thought pop in my head. Is this a certain type of game, or do the
Anything.
mechanics?
Anything.
Because it was when it came out, and even now, like one of my favorite games to play is Rock Band. Like just having the instruments and
Okay,
stuff like
sure.
that could be a game mechanic, I guess, even though it's the genre of the game. You know?
Rhythm game, yeah.
I thought that was so cool, being able to not obviously play an instrument, but in a way do something like that.
Sure.
I like that game mechanic a lot. I mean, it's obviously the entire genre of that game, but it's just kind of what popped in my head when he said combos. I was like, oh, full combo Rock Band, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, there you go. But no, that's always kind of fun, though. I like playing those even to this day. It's one of my favorite things to play. I kind of wish I could stream that, but DMCA, you can't have fun anymore.
It's pretty
But
dumb.
You can't play music on stream. It's so sad.
Oh, there are reasons for
It's
it.
copyrighted music.
I know. It sucks.
But yeah, like I was saying, it could be anything. If it's just like a cool art style of a game that it's really something you don't see, that's really
Oh.
creative or unique.
Borderlands.
The
The
cell shading.
I love that.
That was the first one back
Yeah,
in the day
it-
that it kind of you started using that, but
Yeah.
Does a
it's
awesome
become
job.
more normal place, I guess now. But yeah,
Yeah,
cell shading is really good.
Cell shading is freaking awesome, dude. I think that's a really cool art style. So if we're gonna go with just anything like that,
Yeah.
I guess that
Any
Yeah, I
sort of
agree with that.
that would
mechanic.
definitely be one.
Me and Dan know a little
Borderlands-
bit more about Borderlands now
Yeah.
since we've been playing it.
We started
what
playing
do you think?
Borderlands 2.
Well, I've played a little bit of it. Me and Dan have been playing through 2 the past couple nights.
Dude, Borderlands 2 is so incredibly
you can
good.
hop
Have
on
you-
and join if you want.
I really should at some point. What's the level you guys are at right about now?
I'm like 12 or something.
Oh, so you're still
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, on PS4?
Mhm.
PS4.
Okay.
You too,
perfect.
sir.
I don't have a PS4.
Well,
Is it cross-platform?
I don't know.
Borderlands 2 is not. Borderlands
think
3
so,
is. I do
yeah.
have an extra PS4 if you need to borrow one.
It's a Handsome Jack collection. Does that matter?
Well, I have all
I don't
mine
know.
on the
I know they have
Steam,
cross
so-
saves, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it's cross play or not. Somebody in chat here on Twitch can
I
look it up.
don't
if they
think
know.
it's cross play.
We'll let Terraria look into
Yeah.
it though. He has a job now.
Sure.
Uh,
Another, I guess, back to the mechanic kind of thing. This wasn't really like revolutionary or like super innovative, but it made you think just a little bit, and it like was super smooth and just really worked. And I'm talking about The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Just the kind of the combat system where you have two swords. One is silver, and that's for monsters. One is steel, that is for humans. So like if you use a steel sword on a monster, it doesn't do that much damage.
yeah.
Because steel is deadly to them.
Yep.
And you have to like.
But what if you use a silver sword on humans?
You can, but
It's like actually the iron sword does, or a steel sword
Yeah.
does more damage than the
Yeah.
silver sword.
Okay, got
Yep.
you.
and that's not something you can like manually switch, but it automatically does that a lot of the time. Like
Got you.
In the first two, it did not automatically
Yeah.
switch.
I'm-
You actually had to select like
sure.
left bumper was one, and then the right bumper was the other,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to switch between them.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna butt in here, and
Go ahead.
Terraria says quick Google search says no, it is not crossplay.
All right, thank you, Troy. Yeah, I was specifically just speaking of 3, but also it like really takes in your knowledge of the lore of the monsters of the universe, the bestiary and stuff. So you have your like art and all that stuff. Your
Your signs.
which are like kind of little magic things that you have like 5 that the Witcher can use that work on certain monsters, and certain monsters they don't, obviously. And you have like a whole series of different like potions
And oils.
and poisons and that kind of stuff that work on certain monsters. So you have to really like prepare and understand what you're fighting,
Yeah.
and then like you'll take a potion that makes your blood like poison, literally. So like when you're fighting a vampire and they bite you, it hurts them. Like more like it's really
It's
it's really
thought out.
cool. It's a really well
Yeah.
thought out thing. And you just put all that together, and it just kind of makes your combat really cool.
Yeah. I just thought of another. This is nothing to do with The Witcher, but another
fine.
mechanic. And I'm surprised Logan didn't think of this, honestly. The Masuda method and shiny hunting and Pokemon. Just how they thought of that. Like, hey, if you get a Pokemon, like let's say from Japan, and you get one from America, they breed in the game, it's a higher percentage chance it'll be a shiny. And just just kind of encouraging, getting like interacting with people from around the world and kind of if you want to go for shinies, being able to say, hey, you know, if you connect with someone in Japan, then, you know, you're gonna have a higher percent chance of.
Was
getting
that a
shiny or something.
purposeful mechanic?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
Junichi
guy.
Masuda programmed into the game.
Okay.
Yeah, he programmed it in purposely to get people to try to interact with each other from around the world
Sure.
and stuff like that. And I just think that's kind of cool because not many games encourage, you know, trading with people in Japan or like, you know, connecting with people in China or something along those lines. You know, it's not really a thing that's done very often.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. They thought of that, or this one guy thought of it and was like, hey, you know what? If two Pokemon from different regions get together, there's a better chance they'll be shiny. And I forget. You'll probably know like what it actually takes the odds to.
It depends on the game, but
It's like in Sword and Shield, for instance.
it does a good bit. Like I think it takes it down to like I think it's 1 in 4,000 something to like the base odds, and then it takes it down to like 1 in 1,000 something. I think.
Which is still
good.
incredibly
That's good.
You know,
and that's
hard to
not with
get.
a shiny charm, so it drastically.
I think
reduces
shiny
the odds.
charm's like 1 in 600 or something like that if you have it.
Yeah, I think so. It's like super. Like it's
like-
in the hundreds. I know that.
Yeah, it's like a 1 in 600 chance. But I think that's kind of a cool mechanic, you
Yeah.
know, to try to get people to interact with other people
Sure.
from around the globe because it doesn't happen very often in games, I guess, where
Yeah.
like Call of Duty lobbies, they go.
Well, servers stops that.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of like a region-based thing, you know, where like you're gonna get put with people that are closer to you. So it doesn't really encourage you to get with people from around the world, you know, like you're not gonna
Yeah.
be playing with many people from, like I don't know, let's say India, for example, right?
Like you'll get thrown in lobbies, right? I mean, I've played with French people and Spanish people and German.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that stuff. Like you get that.
That's
randomly
usually late
stuff.
at night though, when
Usually.
there's not as
it's
many
just
people
when
from
servers
America
are
on.
like are a little different and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really to cut down on ping though.
No,
like
it,
you're not
it
gonna have a
is.
good connection.
No, it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, not many games will connect
Sure.
with people like that, and just
It was
the
it's not
fact that
purposeful. Yeah.
the fact that the mechanics are there to encourage that, I think, is kind of neat.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there any other ones that you guys want to bring
I
up?
can't really think of any more. I know there's probably a ton.
Yeah, there's-
Oh, there are a ton. Just like bringing them to the forefront of the mind is what's
Yeah, that's
rough.
why like you want to, whenever this pop in my head, I'm like, hey, sorry, I got to say this before I forget. You know? But that's been a couple of those. But if you guys don't have anything else, I guess we
Go
can
for
move
it.
on to the next one.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Sure.
So should we break up since the rest of them's gonna be video game? We can go with mine just because it's not video game related at all.
You just want to go next, and that's fine.
Well,
If you wanna go
I'm
next,
thinking we
just
can
take
break
it.
up
Actually,
some video game stuff.
Go
I'm
for it.
changing mine last minute, so it's not video games. So
Oh, okay.
if you want.